We were seated at a dimly lit corner table in a restaurant that gleamed with elegance, the kind of place where people whisper and clink glasses. I thought this was another of our secret escapades, a night away from prying eyes, just us in our little bubble of guilty pleasure. We laughed over our shared appetizer, his hand brushing mine, sending electric thrills up my spine. Everything seemed perfect until the waiter approached, his eyes widening in recognition. "Good evening, sir," he said, a sly smile on his lips, or should I say, "Mr. Thompson?" My heart stopped, my mind racing. That wasn't his name. At least, it wasn't the name I knew. My mind was a whirlwind of confusion and dread as the waiter walked away, leaving me staring at the man I thought I knew. He froze, eyes darting from me to the retreating waiter. "I can explain," he started, but I cut him off, my voice trembling with hurt and anger. "Who is Mr. Thompson?" I demanded, the words tasting bitter in my mouth. He hesitated, a moment too long, before admitting, "It's a name I use for work." But the way his eyes avoided mine told me it was a lie, a poorly constructed facade crumbling under scrutiny. My heart pounded, betrayal seeping into my veins. The truth unraveled quickly, each revelation hitting me like a punch to the gut. He was married, not just to his work as he had claimed, but to another woman, a life I had never glimpsed, hidden behind the name Mr. Thompson. He was living a double life, sneaking around with me while playing the loving husband to someone else. The realization shredded the illusion of our romance, leaving raw, jagged edges of what I thought we had. I felt like a pawn in his game, manipulated and deceived. In the end, the twisted irony was too much to bear. Here I was, wrapped up in a relationship that was never real, my own desires blinding me to the obvious signs. As I stood to leave, he reached out, eyes pleading for forgiveness, for understanding. But I couldn't. This was my moment of clarity, realizing that I had been complicit in my own heartbreak, ignoring the inconsistencies and red flags for the sake of passion. The dinner that was meant to be a moment of intimacy turned into a scene of revelation, a painful but necessary awakening. As I walked out, I knew I had to face the deeper conflict within myself, the need to find love without losing myself in someone else's deception.